Hello, dear Aquarius, and welcome to this important month of February. Really, one of the key moments for you because there will be 5 planets triggering your sign. Honestly, this is something extremely rare and very special. Saturn and Jupiter are there together with the Sun, Venus, and even Mercury, which is retrograde. So lots of things will be happening for you personally. All of that triggers your own sign, Aquarius, which means that it affects you personally. It's the time when you can step up, when you need to be in front of the light. And yes, it may not be very simple. We have to admit that. Saturn is there. Mercury retrograde can also complicate the situation. You may feel like everything is going back and forth, up and down. It's delayed, it's unclear, it's messy, and yet it's so important. So, some patience is needed, some wisdom, and the attitude of looking at things from above, from a larger perspective. But at the same time, you shouldn't detach from what's happening around you. You should be actively engaged. First house triggers your actions, your activeness, your role that you play in your life. So roll up your sleeves and get into some action, my dear Aquarius friends, because the month is really, really important. Let's look into each of the energy influences that you will have during the month, starting with the very first day of the month and the ingression of Venus in your first house in Aquarius. This is a very harmonizing position, which can help you to find some internal balance and also focus more on the things that you love, feel more inspired and passionate about the things that you do, and also look more attractive to other people in every possible meaning. You can be just more gentle and polite. You may also work on your appearance, especially for women, a nice haircut, maybe some makeup or some change of style can also help you to really feel more energized. So Venus in first house helps you to, I don't want to say make, it's more like kind of like inspire other people to like you. You're not forcing them, you're not making them, but you are inspiring them to like you even more. The other thing specifically for the 1st of February is the aspect between Mars and the Sun. It's a challenging one, which can make you more anxious, more impatient, or may even provoke some possible confrontations. It could be related to your family, some really close relatives or other people. And truth must be told that you may also provoke the situation. So be careful and don't hurt other people. Even though you may not want this, it may still happen if you are not careful enough. So it's a little intense combination. After that, on the 6th of February, Venus is joining Saturn in your first house, which from one side can make you emotionally kind of closed and distant and maybe feel a little disappointed or hurt by someone. But you may also be more logical in terms of how you evaluate things and, just find some kind of internal balance. It may not be very simple because Venus is also squaring Uranus, which means that you might be provoked by family members or you might be kind of anxious because of something happening at home. But this is also an opportunity for a change. Overall, we have to consider that This is a tough combination for Venus. First of all, conjunction with Saturn, then square with Uranus. It's a tough place to be, really. So pay attention to your emotional balance at this point. Later on the 8th of February, we are starting with Mercury retrograde aspects. There will be 3 of them, and they all require some self-analysis, some reevaluation and reassessment of your actions. Later on we'll talk about the other stuff, but right now with the sun, it's really time to look closer into your own actions. What are you doing? What's your attitude? And it's a very active, dynamic combination, which can make you also maybe mentally, intellectually overwhelmed, but you may also gain some important insights about yourself, about your actions, and what you need to change in this area. So pretty important position for you personally. After that, on the 11th of February, Venus will have a conjunction with Jupiter in your first house. One of the luckiest combination, and you are one of the luckiest people, really, because it happens in your own sign. So you may succeed in something, you may feel like you are prospering, like you are growing, you are succeeding, you can be supported, you can be appreciated and evaluated by other people. So it's just a very nice, very positive, uplifting combination. The other thing that happens simultaneously is the new moon, which is also in Aquarius. That makes 6 planets in your first house at this point, which is extremely rare. And the new moon is also a fresh new start. It's a new cycle that begins. And this allows you to look into a new direction, to maybe start something new. It may not be something brand new. We need to remember that Mercury is retrograde, but you may still feel the energy rising and the motivation rising. And it's just like a new chapter that opens up for you. So even though Mercury is retrograde, after all, it's a new moon in your first house. So the focus is on you, your actions, and it's time to plan something important for yourself. You may need to wait a little bit with the execution of your ideas, but it's a wonderful time to focus on this new vision for yourself. So very energizing, uplifting, positive combination on the 11th. On the 13th, Mercury retrograde will join Venus in your second house, in your first house. This is the second aspect that Mercury is doing. Again, we talk about reevaluation and reassessment, but this time you should focus more on your emotions and your desires. What do you really want in terms of the actions you want to take? And what does your heart tell you? Do you need to change something? Do you need to improve something? Can you find maybe some compromises, some solutions? And it's all very, very positive in terms of your relationships, or at least it could be. So reevaluation of relationships, emotions, and also your own desires. This aspect is also followed by a positive one between Mars and Neptune, which can be very inspiring, can help you to harmonize the situation at home, maybe repair, do something for someone else. Financially, also, this could be a nice period. On the 14th, we have the last conjunction of Mercury retrograde, this time with Jupiter. The theme is also self-analysis and reevaluation, but the focus is more on your goals, your beliefs, and also your strategy. Do you need to change something about it? Is there something which is no longer relevant or can be improved? Most importantly, do you have any limiting beliefs? Bring them into the light of your consciousness and let them go. Very transformative period. Also time for really seeing things clearer. If you look closer into yourself, the answers won't be out of you, they will be inside of you. So again, strategy goes limiting beliefs, changes, reassessments, and a new direction for you. Okay, on the 17th of February, we have one of those key aspects that's kind of like marking the whole year. Saturn and Uranus are squaring, triggering your first and fourth house, which can bring you some discomfort because, first of all, those are the two rulers of Aquarius. And second of all, Saturn is in your first house. So you may feel pulled in different directions. It might be, as I said, stressful, and there might be some kind of surprises, things which are not expected, related to your own plans and actions and activeness, and also the situation at home, your family members, or any other situations regarding properties. Try not to be extreme. Try to be somewhere in the middle and find the balance between those two polarities for, this rigidity and desire to keep things the way they are and avoid the change. That's one, that's Saturn. The other polarity is a reckless and impulsive approach. So none of those will show you the answer. You kind of need to be in the middle to find the balance. So some important changes, realizations, but also there might be some kind of stress at this point. On the 18th of February, the sun will move to your second house, which puts the focus more into some practical matters, some concrete achievements, financial stuff, money, all kinds of resources as well. So until the 18th, the focus is on action, doing, you. After that, after the 18th, with the sun moving to second house, it slowly shifts into seeing the results from those previous actions or activities and focusing more on stability. This will be the tendency for the rest of the month because the sun will be there. On the 19th of February, Venus in your first house will square Mars in fourth house. Possible arguments, confrontations, lack of harmony and balance, and some emotional overreactions. You can either be the provocateur or you might be provoked. This may also include your family members or other close people around you. Keep in mind that one of the biggest issues is the problematic communication. Because on the 19th, Mercury is stationary, preparing to turn direct on the next day. But those phases, the stationary phases of Mercury, and combined with Mars-Venus square, can bring total lack of clarity and, miscommunication, which eventually can lead to unnecessary confrontations. So don't rush through things, make sure to clarify the information, and don't overreact. Keep in mind that emotionally you might be more triggered than necessary. So it will pass, of course. Then we get to the 20th of February, which is an important day because Mercury is turning direct in your own sign, which means that it's enough with those self-reevaluation, self-reassessment. It's time to look more out of you. And you have the green light to start the new projects, to take the new steps, to sign the contracts, all the other stuff that you want to do. After the 20th, things can be kind of clearer and should slowly go back to normal. On the 24th of February, a very empowering aspect between Mars and Pluto. It can help you to be more confident, more dedicated, more committed to do something at home, something for your house or for your family, and overall to feel like you have this internal strength. Pluto in 12th house helps you to find the energy as a source out of you. You know, it's the subconscious mind, it's the past, it's the connection with the universe. We may go really deep into some spiritual matters, but Pluto being there and supporting Mars can help you to kind of like channel and recharge yourself with some really powerful energy and direct it into something concrete and practical because of Mars' help. So empowering and very strong energy. Use it to do something meaningful for your family, for your house, or even for yourself. On the 25th of February, Venus is also ingressing your second house. And this is actually a pretty harmonious position because Venus is at home in second house. And this can be especially beneficial for some financial matters, for finding some resources, or just enjoying some purchases, buying something nice for yourself, feeling more comfortable. All of that is more possible with Venus in second house. Together with this ingression, also you have a positive aspect between the Sun and Uranus, which can help you to be more creative, more enthusiastic, more excited and innovative, to do something concrete and practical, maybe some ideas related to money and resources, or also some positive changes at your home, with your family, with your house, some changes that you can make there, and just overall the excitement of the period. Okay, and this leads us to the final event for the month, which is the full moon that triggers your 8th and 2nd house. This is a pivotal time of culmination that can either help you to materialize something, achieve something, see the actual results from your previous effort, and also time to let the past go, to separate, to kind of like clear the space around you. Especially important themes for you are resources, financial matters, and also your energy. If you feel energetically that it's either something that's draining you or you just don't have enough energy, it's a great time for some spiritual practice or energy practice to clear your energy and recharge. And with that, my friends, we covered this pivotal month. This is your month. This is a really big, significant, powerful period for you. So I hope that you will use it productively. And if you need any personal assistance, you can check the links below for my the page with my readings. You can also go to marstars.net and see all the readings that I'm offering for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.